Well, the first thing we encounter when we go back to the beach is that Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello have a great sense of humor about themselves. I thought we might spend our time poking a little fun at each other, because in the movie you do it. For example, Annette, the hair, you learned how to get it hard. There's a great line about that.
Yeah.
It was a sort of look then, where the hair didn't move, no matter how much wind was going on.
That's right. I mean, it was so sprayed that you could never put your fingers through it. And that was the running gag, too. I would surf, I would go probably under the water and always come up with my hair just absolutely perfectly in place.
Frankie, when you're in the water, it's a rear screen backdrop, which is a nice gag on 60s movies.
That's the only way I surf. I've got to have a screen behind me.
Unless you're selling cars.
I don't want an ocean. I want a screen.
And a step ladder to get you on the board.
This is good.
Right?
Really?
Yep.
A step ladder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sure.
And the wind machine. And a bucket of
Somebody
water.
with the
But not too much wind, though, right?
And
God forbid the hair should
wet
move.
my hair. Did you wet my hair?
Color-coordinated swimsuits. There's always the ribbon and the suit, and it changes shot to shot.
Yes, and the shoes. How about
the shoes?
Always matched the outfit. They were colored.
Did they have a van truck from the wardrobe department to keep all of the different?
They did, as a matter of fact. They had a large van.
Yeah, it was all her clothes.
I see.
Because I wore one suit in the whole picture, I think.
Well,
really?
You
that
changed suits once from shot to shot, too.
That's my formal, I beg your pardon.
Could I stay with the suit for a moment? I understand the story about
suit?
Walt Disney telling you not to wear a two-piece and expose the navel is true. I thought that was just a legend.
Didn't want me to wear a bikini because I was still under contract at the time to the studio, and he had full script approval. So he said everybody would be wearing bikinis around you, and I would like you to look different, just coming fresh off of the image of the Mickey Mouse Club.
So it wasn't prudishness necessarily, but maybe some fairly astute insights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always felt it was some sort of insight. And 23 years later, I could have worn the bikini, but I remembered his request, and I chose not to.
Was he somebody that, if he'd have told you to go walk off a cliff, you probably would have considered it at least?
No.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't think it would go to that extreme, but I did respect the man so much. He was my second father. I looked up to him. I respected him. I liked what he stood for. His love of kids, it just showed in everything he did. I used to go to Disneyland to work on weekends, and there was Mr. Disney going round and round. His favorite ride was the train.
Of course.
And he was always there with the engineer's cap and waving at all the kids, and he'd always have a kid on his lap going round and round and round. He was a kid at heart.
When you met Annette, was all of this happening at the time? How old were both of you?
Well, I met Annette back in '58.
Okay, so this is just after. Well, the Mouse Club had been going about 3 years then.
That's right.
But I never did get to see it. First of all, I didn't have television, number one. And number two is then I started to travel, which meant that I didn't get a chance to see any kind of television. You know. So I never really did get to see the Three Musketeers. What is it?
It's not.
What was it again? The Musketeer. Musketeer.
Today.
I always thought she played D'Artagnan.
You want to know what today is? Today is the day that is filled with surprises. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
Turn the record over. Every day I must hear.
Yes.
Tuesday is another day, and we're going to be here again. Friday is a talent day, so come on in a talent day. And
when you walk into the elevator in this hotel, welcome, it's Wednesday. Did you start singing?
They keep changing the...
Yeah.
Oh, sure I sing.
Yeah.
Today is Anything Can Happen Day.
Do you guys remember any of the lyrics to the credit sequence in Beach Party?
You mean our
Nothing's
original
as great as the sand, surf, and salt there.
Unrack our boards just as soon as we get there.
Stack them in the sand where they're breaking just right. Yeah, we're surfing all day and we're swinging all night.
Vacation is here. Beach party tonight. Now, in order to remember that, we both have a clear head.
Yes. You've been up doing radio this morning. It cleared your mind, as it does
my
most
voice
of us who
is
listen
not
to
awake
radio.
yet.
That just
That's
cleared
amazing.
my mind.
I was surprised that you would remember that. I thought I'd have to prompt you.
Somewhere in there.
No, but do you remember the lyric?
Not
Do you
beyond
remember?
that, but you guys are in
You
the
know
car.
why?
Yeah.
It was the
You're
kind of a
heading for the
lyric
beach.
like your name, like
What?
Funicello. Once you learn it,
Melodious.
you never forget.
Amazing. How many pictures all told did you guys do together then?
We did one, and they extended it.
Yeah.
We did.
There were five beach
And you
pictures,
never
really.
did get to be the bad girl. You talk about that here.
Yeah, I always wanted to be kind of a bad girl. I mean, that's my line in the movie. Right?
Now, are you making fun of yourself then when you say that, or is that really Annette
No.
speaking now?
No, I was making fun of myself then.
Mhm.
Because Frankie was always a little devil, and I had my line, not without the ring you don't. And you know, I'm looking back at those years saying, things have changed so, and I always wanted to be a little salty, a
Yeah.
little spicy, and you know.
When adults watch this picture, our age adults, Frankie, speak to them. Should they come and see this film? Is it not just a question of reliving a bit of youth, but maybe returning to something that they've lost, as your character does?
Well, yeah, I think it's very important. I think, you know, with all of the fun and the comedy and the jokes and the laughs and the music and everything that's involved, there's a real good fine line in there that's some real poignant moments there. I mean, as an example, my character develops into this guy who is just absolutely crazy, a workaholic, never stops, forgets the fact that he has a wife and children.
Who loves peanut butter?
Yes.
I do.
Again, you're poking fun at things. That's great.
Well, I believe I do.
Well, now, did the... Yeah, that's what you
believe-
say.
yes.
Skippy must just be
Yeah.
loving this.
Oh, boy, are they ever.
You know?
I'll
Yeah,
tell you, we ride
yeah.
on Skippy cans. We ride on, I mean, they send us everything, Skippy.
Yes, really.
I think that's the part of it, though, that so many people will enjoy, is that you see it as humorous, and it's a sweet fun that you're poking at our generation, your own characters on screen.
Oh, sure. Don't take life so seriously.
Exactly.
You know.
That's what I wanted to
Don't
conclude
take
with.
growing older so seriously.
Go back to the beach sometimes, in short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it all started.
Wait a minute.
Right?
No, wait, you want to know something? You know what I like about this picture?
What?
I don't know.
You forgot. You forgot.
No, you know what I like? I like this film because, you know, you talk about our generation and so forth. But I do think and believe that this picture is for a lot of people. I think kids will get a big kick out of it. I'm talking about 14-year-old kids. I think 20-year-old kids will get a kick out of it, and our generation. So I really do think there's something for everybody in this film that's going to get a giggle.
And Frankie, one last thing. I've got to wrap it. What I go back to, and I'm sure what you go back to, and every guy my age goes back to, Annette represented for us something. There's more to life than Mickey Mouse. We were finding that out every day.
What does
That's
he
a
mean by
heavy
that?
responsibility. We noticed more things on the screen than just Mickey Mouse. We
Yeah.
noticed girls.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you
Thanks.
represented
Yeah.
girls.
I was the tallest one of the Mouseketeers. I really was.
I wasn't looking at your height.
For the memories and for the
Aw,
revisit.
you're sweet.
I
Thank you
enjoyed
very
it. We
much.
are all back at the beach. And I'm John Tibbetts with Frankie and Annette for KCTV 5.